Welcome back, everybody, to the Kansas Jayhawks Dynasty mode here in episode 12, where we will face off against the number 7 ranked Iowa State Cyclones. As you can see, they are led by their running back, Breece Hall, who has the current 9th best rushing attack in the country and 8th best in rushing touchdowns. But Brock Purdy, their quarterback, is no pushover either, and if your Jayhawks want even a chance to make a bowl game, they have to pull off a massive upset today, and the Cyclones will come out onto the field number 7 in the country with massive BCS intentions if they are able to make the Big 12 championship game. Now, we've seen the offense of our Jayhawks get better over the past few weeks, but still we haven't seen them play their best game yet, in my opinion, and I think today, if we have our best game of the season, we're going to be able to get this upset. And let's go ahead and get this game underway as our kicker, Jacob Borsia, will get it underway with the first kickoff of the day. They're going to have Brock back there to return it. Dotson gets pushed out of bounds, but Jareel Brock is going to step out after 27. And out comes Brock Purdy for his first drive of the day. He's going to be in the shotgun formation, start off the day with a pass 6 yards out to Sean Shaw Jr. Next time on 2nd and 4 now. Brock Purdy out of the shotgun. Second play of the day, he's going to give it to Breece Hall. He's got a lot of room up the middle. Breaking tackles all the way down the field. Jeremy Webb chasing and finally trips him up at about the 9 to 8 yard line. Hall, 12 touchdowns on the season and well over 1,000 yards. Now first and goal with Brock Purdy under center. He's got a different running back behind him, but this one's a pass to Milton. Tariq Milton into the end zone. 9-yard touchdown. 3 plays right down the field, and the Cyclones strike first early in this game, taking a 6-0 lead before the PAT. And out come your Jayhawks on the field. First play of the game is going to be a run to Gardner that goes for about 3. And we really need this rushing offense to get going earlier in games. We've seen them struggle so many times. 2nd and 7 now, being intercepted. He tries to go underneath the Mason Fairchild, but it's cut off by the linebacker Young, and the Cyclones take over again. Asheem Young on the interception there. 2nd and 5 now. Purdy back in our field position. He's going to take it himself. He's got the end zone. 13-yard rushing touchdown for Brock Purdy. That's his first touchdown of the day on the ground as your Jayhawks come back onto the field. But now 3rd and 4, it's a read option. Bean's able to make a guy miss, and he's going to get out of bounds after 23 yards. Later that drive, 3rd and 8. It's another pass here. Bean rolling out of the pocket across the middle to the slant. Trevor Wilson diving catch there for 22. Beautiful passing catch from the quarterback to the receiver. Find ourselves at a 2nd and 12. Looks nowhere's open, and he's going to get sacked. A loss of 9 on the play. Jason Bean has to get rid of that ball. Jacob Borsia will settle for the field goal here on 4th and 6, and it's up and good. A great start to the day for him, as we've seen much worse days. Brock Purdy, though, back in the offensive game right now and almost intercepted Nate Betts on the outside. 2nd and 10. Now 3rd and 10. Brock Purdy remains in the shotgun. He's got Hall to his right. It's going to be another pass out of that formation. He's looking to go deep. Got a man in coverage, and Jacoby Bryant can't get the interception, but he bats it down. Jayhawks find themselves back on the field again, but Jason Bean once again nowhere to go. The offensive line play the last few weeks has just been very bad. No one even touches the linebacker on the blitz, and Jason Bean goes down quickly. Now it's a 3rd and 30 next play. Only 1:30 left in this first quarter. Let's see what this offense has to do. Jason Bean looking deep. He's got a man deep, and that's Luke Grimm down the field, running out of bounds or trying to get there as Luke Grimm finally brought down after 65 yards. 2nd and 7 now. Bean rolling out on his own. He's going to find a man on the outside. Lassiter for 16. 1st and goal now. Gardner to the left side. Diving. Touchdown. Velton Gardner. That's a 6-yard run there for the running back. And with the extra point upcoming, it's a 4-point game with 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Cyclones back on the field now late in the first quarter. Purdy in the shotgun formation. onto the outside, and Tariq Milton's into the open field. Finally pushed out of bounds by Jacoby Bryant after 36 yards. He was in coverage there by Deuce Mayberry, but Mayberry couldn't get the tackle. And now, beginning of the second quarter, it's going to be a run to Breece Hall, who's got a lot of space on the left side and is able to push forward for about 14 there. First and goal now for the Cyclones. A man in motion, that's Sean Shaw Jr. Purdy's going to give it to Hall. Pushes the man off of him, and it is just barely tripped up to prevent the touchdown. Now it's third and goal. Purdy remains in the shotgun. We haven't seen much of Breece Hall since that 55-yard run early in the game. Actually, the second play of the game, this one's a screen to Hall. Nowhere to go there. Everyone's there, and a field goal is going to be upcoming for this Iowa State unit. They go up by 7 now. Jason Bean and company back on the field looking to get something going on offense. This time it's Gardner up the middle, just doing everything he can to get those 8 yards. Hasn't been able to get open yet today, but now it's 2nd and 10. Jason Bean under center, another run to Velton Gardner to the outside. He has a little bit of space there for another 7. 3rd and 3 now, though. They're going to go right back to Gardner. He just barely gets it. 4 yards when he needed 3. Jayhawks seem to be moving now. 3rd and 9 later that drive, though. 3:54 and counting in this first half. Bean under center is going to throw it to Lassiter across the middle. Nice catch there by Kwame Lassiter, enough for a first down. That's going to put us at 2nd and 13 later on that drive. Outside to Trevor Wilson, who breaks a tackle on the outside. Tries to pull off a spin move there. Couldn't really get it going, but now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Gardner's got 1 yard maybe. And we're going to have to settle for another field goal. Jacob Borsia looking to go 2 for 2 in short field goals, and he gets that one. So an interesting approach there by head coach Smeems, as he doesn't go for it on either of those short field goal attempts. Maybe he should have, but 1:12 left in this half. Jayhawks get the ball to start the second half as Purdy finds Milton across the left side for another 14 there. 1:05 now, 40 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to go deep. He's got a man, that's Aiden Hutchinson, right down the middle of the field, 19 yards, Xavier Hutchinson. I don't know where I got Aiden from. That's going to put it at 2nd and 10 with 30 seconds left. Purdy looking downfield. Got his tight end or receiver on the outside, the big receiver, Sean Shaw Jr., 2nd and goal now. Purdy under shotgun formation, and it's almost intercepted by Mayberry. 3rd and goal now with 18 seconds left. Purdy in the shotgun formation, the final chance to score. He gets sacked. They're going to have to settle for a field goal to end this half. They could go up by 7 points on 4th and goal. The kick is back, and it is up and good. And to start halftime, we are going to be down by 7. But your Jayhawks get the ball first. Let's see what they're doing. 2nd and 6, a pass to McBride on the outside. Stephen McBride gets 18 there. He's been such a huge big play threat on this season. Every time we need him to, we get it to him as Trevor Wilson makes a nice catch there. Jayhawks could have a chance to tie it here. 1st and goal, Jason Bean, play action in the flats to Mason Fairchild. Would have been a short game, but he couldn't hold on anyways. 3rd and goal now, under center. Jason Bean takes the snap. He's going to throw it, rolling to his right. Nobody's open. He gets sacked. A loss of 6 on the play. Now 4th and goal with 5 minutes in this third quarter, and we kick the field goal. 3 for 3 now for Jacob Borsia, but the Cyclones contain their lead now to 4. This time it's Kolar, the big tight end, Charlie Kolar, with 6 yards on first down. Later that same drive, Purdy, 1st and 10, going across the middle. That's Xavier Hutchinson again for 15 yards. Last week against West Virginia, Bryce Ford Wheaton dominated us at every point of attack, every catch or every pass. He pretty much came down with it. And this week it's been Xavier Hutchinson that's doing the same thing. That time, Deuce Mayberry is able to cut the route, but no interception. 3rd and 12, though. A big chance to get him off the field, but Tariq Milton gets behind the zone. Later this drive, 3rd and 1. Purdy, it's a read option. He's going to get it up for the first down and gets hit hard by Deuce Mayberry, though. Luckily for them, he held onto that ball, but Deuce Mayberry took everything he had to give that hit as Breece Hall to the left side. 6-yard touchdown run, and the Cyclones look to take an 11-point lead if they hit the PAT. Now we're going to be on the ensuing kickoff, down by 11, number 7 Iowa State kicking it off to Kwame Lassiter. He's going to return it down the field. Lassiter onto the outside, and it's a big return now. Kwame Lassiter, diving tackle is missed. Lassiter breaks another one. There's a flag on the play, but Kwame Lassiter all the way into the end zone. Looks like this one's coming back because of a clipping penalty, and the Jayhawks just can't catch a break there. That would have been exactly what we needed. A house call is called back. Now it's 2nd and 12 on this drive. Jason Bean rolling out of the pocket. He's going to throw it to Fairchild and ends up losing a yard on the play. 3rd and 13 with a minute remaining in the third quarter. Down by 11, needs something to go, and he's sacked. He's going to lose 8 and a punt upcoming. They go from scoring a kick return touchdown to kicking a punt right back to Iowa State. Final seconds of the third quarter, though. Brock Purdy looking to go in the air again. This time it's to the outside, and that'll end the third quarter for just a short 3-yard gain. Iowa State, though, trying to get the first down. Purdy is brought down by Malcolm Lee and Kieran Johnson. The defensive line finally gets the pressure there. Jason Bean and company back on the field now. It's going to be a run up the middle and left side, a counter for about 6 from Velton Gardner. That's going to be 2nd and 4. It's a great slant pass to Trevor Wilson. What a beautiful spiral on that throw. That's going to be a big first down. Trevor Wilson, 4 of 62 so far today. 2nd and 7, though. Jason Bean off his back foot. Can't complete it to Luke Grimm. Had a little bit of space. Now 3rd and 7. He's rolling out, looking for anything. He's going to go himself and get the first down and more. 12 yards on the play. 1st and 10 after that run. It's going to be a pass again. Bean to the outside. Intercepted. The safety picks it off as he comes down out of his zone coverage and takes that one out of the air. Amos with the interception. Jaquan Amos, the strong safety down there. Beautiful read. Iowa State's going to get the ball back with 6 minutes remaining. Big pass there to Sean Shaw Jr. from Purdy. Purdy in the shotgun again. Haven't seen much of Breece Hall, but they're going to give it to him this time. He's got a lot of room on the outside. Breaks a tackle and gets 12 on the play. Now it's 3rd and 14, though, with just over 4.5 minutes remaining. Purdy out of the shotgun. Looking to throw it across the middle, and it's incomplete. Alonzo Person in coverage there. And Iowa State has to settle for another field goal. The battle of special teams today. And imagine if that kickoff touchdown had went through. The Jayhawks fighting for their final chance, it seems, though. Jason Bean. It's a pass here to Gardner under center, and he can't get anything. 1 yard on the play now, 3rd and 5. 3.5 minutes remain. An outside pass to Kwame Lassiter, who gets the first down and more. 8 yards on the play. Now it's 2nd and 10, just the very next play. 3:22 remaining. Bean, play action. Going deep. He's got a man deep. Stephen McBride makes the catch in stride. What a rhyme there. Stephen McBride in stride for 44 yards as your Jayhawks offense has just 3 minutes and 16 seconds to score both of these touchdowns. 3:09 now counting. 1st and 10. Jason Bean takes the snap under the shotgun. Gardner tries to spin out of the tackle and just can't get anything. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 now. That was Asheem Young with the tackle. This one's almost intercepted again. Jason Bean would have had his 3rd interception of the day, but instead they're going to have a stretch to Velton Gardner. Cuts it back inside and just gets tossed around for the 4th and 4. It's going to be a read option to Gardner. He's got a little bit of space on the inside there. 7 yards. Setting up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes and counting now. Big play here. It's a pass. Lassiter across the middle gets the easy touchdown there, and that's the easy part of this. 6 yards on the play, but we still need to rely on our defense to give us another chance. 1st and 10. All 3 timeouts remain, but Breece Hall's been big in this game so far, and this time he gets 4 on 1st down. Jayhawks do call a timeout. It's 2nd and 6 now. It's going to be a run to Breece Hall to the left side. He's got a lot of space, and that's most likely going to do it. Breece Hall gets 12 yards on the play, and your Jayhawks come into Iowa State and just barely get beat and can't pull off the upset. The final score will be 30-23 as the Jayhawks fall short. Jason Bean had himself a rough game, 3rd and 12 for the Iowa State offense. They'd kneel it down. Jason Bean had a rough game, 2 interceptions, probably the toughest game we've seen him have in the past few weeks, as Brock Purdy will win player of the game. Had a huge game, almost perfect, only a few passes were even close to being intercepted. And the Cyclones will move on and have a chance at the BCS National Championship if they win their final matchup of the season. 30-23 will be your final score. The Jayhawks are now eliminated from bowl game contention. Final record is 4-6 with a chance to go 5-7 next week against BYU. As you see here, the play of our game was that 65-yarder to Luke Grimm. Jason Bean had his moments in this game, but overall, he just had a rough outing. Velton Gardner couldn't get it going, and we just didn't have enough fuel in the tank after our last week loss to West Virginia to pull this one off. Hopefully, going forward, we'll be able to get a little more offensive production early in these games. As you know, these guys wanted this upset win. We've barely lost to Oklahoma, who was number 2 at the time. But this time, number 7, Iowa State can't do much more than beat us there. Jason Bean, only 287. He was sacked 5 times, so he was running for his life. As I said, Velton Gardner, only 68 yards and a touchdown on 21 attempts. That's pitiful there. Kwame Lassiter did have himself a day. 561 and a touchdown. But nothing much more than that. Luke Grimm only had the 1 for 65 yards. Stephen McBride did have 2 for 62. And our MVP, honestly, is Jacob Borsia, who had his best game of the year. 3 of 3 and 2 for 2 on extra points. And what a tough way to get basically kicked out of bowl intentions and end your season a week early. Losing like that to a top-ranked team where you were kind of in it at the last second and you had a chance to win is just a tough way to go. No matter who you are and no matter how many wins you have. Next week we'll be facing off against 1-win BYU, which should be an easy matchup, but it basically has nothing more than a moral victory chance. And let's go ahead and look at the recruiting so far. Obviously, our class, we're pretty low right now. We're actually in the hundreds. We've got a few guys to commit. We've got a defensive end, a running back. Nothing too crazy, just a couple 68s, 70s overalls. Other than that, though, we do have some big names in the makings. We've got Maurice Butler, a 3-star quarterback from North Carolina. He's very interested in coming here and getting him over a couple of SEC schools, as you can see there in Mississippi State and South Carolina, Georgia as well, and Vanderbilt if you can even count them. That would be huge for us. We've also got a running back, Mark Mitchell, who just kind of started taking off out of Alabama. Don't know if he'll really go anywhere. We are 3rd right now, but very close behind all of them. Dante Chavez as well as a running back from Tennessee who would be nice for depth. Donnell Harris, 73 overall receiver out of Texas. He was a gem. Nobody really was scouting him too heavily. Interested to see if we'll end up landing him before the season's over. It looks like we will because nobody else even has a visit scheduled. Other than that, though, there's not too many other people for this class that I'm actually going after. We've got a couple of guys, as we just saw. We've got Barrett Watts. Hopefully we'll make a comeback on. Joe Holland we're putting some points into. He just got on our board. Alex Green is way off of there. Mike Henderson, we're going for him a little bit. We did get Nate Smith, so middle linebacker set up for now. Nothing at the cornerback position, but Kelly Skinner, I'm interested to see how he does out of Connecticut, a 67 overall free safety. And obviously, athlete-wise, we do have the 4-star Sean Simpson out of LaPorte, Texas. He would be a big get there for us and a lot of depth from him. He can play receiver. He can play cornerback fairly decent. So I'm interested to see what happens with him. That'd be a massive get over USC and Oklahoma. And also Antonio Griffin. We're 2nd place. We've got a lot of room to go after him. Out of New Jersey. He's a JUCO junior, I believe. So, I mean, it wouldn't be the best. But short case, in the short term, it would be nice to get a guy like him on the team because he can just fill so many roles we need him to. Not really great as a cornerback, but he would bring in another great receiving threat there, which is really what we need. Other than that, though, the season is pretty much over as far as recruiting, adding new guys and such. Kind of a disappointing class, but it is year one. We are a pretty bad team, so even a slight improvement is going to be better than anything else. Let's take a look at what's going on around the country as a whole. We have seen a couple upsets as far as I know, but so far Florida is holding strong at 11-0. They do face off against Florida State this week. If they win that, they go to the SEC Championship with a chance to play for the national championship. Oklahoma, again, is at number 2. They barely beat us. They've just scraped by Kansas State as well by 12 points this last week. They have a bye week. UCF sits at number 3 after beating Rutgers in overtime. Interested to see if either of these two teams lose. Even though UCF's from a weaker conference, maybe they'll be able to jump in there, or would USC jump over with a win over UCLA? Overall, basically the stage is set for a top of Florida versus Oklahoma matchup as long as nothing crazy happens. And as far as the conference standings go, it's basically about where you would expect it to be. Oklahoma leads the Big 12. We've got Iowa State 1 spot behind them. Nothing too crazy going on there. We are almost dead last, right in front of BYU, actually. No conference championship, it appears, for us. Oklahoma 11-0, Iowa State 10-1. The Big Ten being dominated now by Indiana, which is crazy to think about. Ohio State's at 7-4 on the season, so they fell off mightily. Michigan's not too bad, and Wisconsin's not as bad as you would expect. Penn State doing bad this year as well. CUSA, Texas, San Antonio leading the way there. Not too important for us. The Pac-12 is always interesting to see. We saw USC number 4, 10-1 on the season. Oregon struggling, though, at a 7-4 record. And Arizona State 7-4 as well. SEC, Florida 11-0. Georgia 9-2. Kentucky 9-2. So many good teams in the SEC, but Alabama 8-3 and Auburn 6-5. Tennessee also down here at 4-7, along with these bigger schools in Arkansas and LSU. And to cap off this journey around the country, we'll go to the ACC, where we have North Carolina taking the number 1 spot over Clemson right now. They are actually number 9 in the country. Hopefully Clemson and North Carolina face off in the championship, so we'll see how that goes for both of those teams. And overall, we don't really have anybody in contention for the Heisman, obviously, but we do have a few award finalists that I'd like to shout out. I'm not sure exactly what awards they're on there for. Gavin Potter for the best linebacker, I believe. He's been great for us this season. Got one more game. Hopefully he can jump up those rankings and just see if he's able to get anywhere on there. Obviously, not too much going well for us elsewhere. We haven't had too many guys stand out this season. Obviously, kicking-wise, not so much. Kieran Johnson is up there for the Lombardi Award. He's had a decent season for us to end off his career. Interested to see how he goes in the NFL, considering he's put up some good statistics. Nobody's going to be up there for kicking, obviously, because we're just not good. And McLean Mannix is up there for kick returner of the year, considering he had 2 touchdowns in a single game, which was both against us. Breece Hall as well, who we just finished playing, is up there. And overall this season, whether we finish 4-7 or 4-8 or 5-7, not much different than I would have expected, and BYU should be a similar pushover game. They have a slight advantage, but at 1-9, 0-6 in the conference, their first year in conference play, they're struggling to get anything going by. I hope you guys join me for this next episode, as we will face off against the BYU Cougars back in Kansas, though, for this week. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. I can't wait to see you guys next episode. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Have a great Christmas, everybody, and adios.